Hello champions, how are you guys doing? Well, out of the many questions that you guys asked me over variety of platforms, there was this one question that really caught my attention. And this question caught my attention because it kind of summarizes all the other questions on the same theme. The question is, how can a business survive the COVID 19 stress test? What are the parameters on which one needs to work on to make the business COVID 19 proof? Watch this video right till the end to know all the areas that you need to work on to protect your business and make it COVID 19 proof. Welcome back, champions. Well, COVID 19 and the measures taken by the government, read lockdowns, has kind of exposed and, in fact, magnified all the loopholes in the business. A business's ability to fill up these loopholes will decide whether the business will pass the COVID 19 stress test. So here are the 5 loopholes that business today stand exposed with. And if you are one of that business which has one of these 5 loopholes or all of them, knowing is the starting point of improving. Number 1, supply and demand ratio. If you were in a business where the supply and demand ratio was kind of skewed, where the demand was lesser than the supply, people would normally call this competitive market. Competitive market means there are a lot of players offering the same kind of product to one consumer, which means the option for the consumer is many. Now, if you are a business which is into such a market, then you will have struggles, because in such market mostly people operate by giving discounts, wafer thin margins, and in certain cases even credit periods, which means you take the product now, pay me later. Now all of these businesses are going to struggle to recover the debts because there's going to be a huge sum of outstanding. Working capital will be an issue. So if you are in one of this situation, then what should you do? You should figure out a market which does not have the kind of players you are dealing with right now. So if you're manufacturing a product, understand the application, think about the application of that product in several different markets, and select a market where there are less players. You may want to modify the product a little bit. And you know what, if you don't understand what I'm trying to say, watch my video on one of the Quora answers and you will know how the same product can actually be applied to 2 different customer segments. One which is highly congested, and the other where there is a lot of room for one to play. So get your customer segment corrected if this happens to be one of your loopholes. Second, systems and processes. If you have been a business that has been ignoring to adopt systems and processes, then let me tell you, my friend, chaos is opposite to clarity. Which means if you are working in a chaotic environment, there is no way you will be clear about what's happening in your business. There is no way you will be clear about what's causing the problems that you are firefighting every day. There will not be any clarity on why your business is selling more and why your business suddenly starts selling less, because chaos kind of confuses the whole damn thing. Also, because you've not adopted systems and processes, you will not be able to go and adopt work from home culture, because there is no system to track, monitor your employees. You're used to tracking and looking at employees face to face, working with them day in, day out. There is no structure around who does what. Now, if this is the case, then what should you do? Well, you should start developing systems and processes. Now, how do you go about doing that? It's very simple. Go to one area of your business, start doing the work, whatever that work is. That work could be simply making entries for vouchers, that work could be packaging, that work could be simply mentioning all the order details, that work could be going to the inventory and taking the product out. Do that work and write down step by step how you did it. Once you do that, and if you feel that there are areas that you can improve on to reduce the time, to reduce the effort, change those steps, make that improvement. Go to somebody who can develop a software for you, give those steps to that person and ask him to develop a software for you. You know what, I'm not a great fan of softwares that are on the shelf, because then you are adopting the steps that are given by that software. So I'm not a great fan of ready-made softwares. Having said that, if you don't have any software, it is better to have a ready-made software than to have nothing at all. So these are the two things that you can do to fill up this loophole. Number three, the third loophole is teams. This is a time when the loyalty of the team towards the company will be tested, and this is the time when your ability to work with your team will also be tested, because it's the trying times. These are those times when the words, when people say, I love being a part of this company, it's not about the money, it's about the people, it's about the vision. Those statements get challenged in the face of times like this. Now, if you are somebody where the team is asking for appraisals, even in this situation, if you are somebody who's, who has a team that says, okay, I did more sales, because you were manufacturing sanitizers of all you care, and if that is what is happening, you want to understand that your team's motivation is not your vision, it's not the company, it's the money that drives them, and nothing wrong with it. All that you need to do is understand that and then navigate your team with that very lever. If it is money, navigate it through money. If it's not money, if it's something else, then navigate it through that. Adopt a very good performance management system, keeping in mind what drives your team. So how is it that you can do this? Well, if it's money which is driving it, then you can create scorecards and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to give you 20% salary than what you were, but the rest 80% I'm going to cover if you are able to meet XYZ targets. People, because they are motivated with money, they would run behind those targets, which ultimately means your business is coming back to the normal behavior. If you want to know how to do the incentives, I am going to put a link of a scorecard video for you. Do refer that. Number 4, speed. The leadership's ability to take decisions and to execute the decisions flawlessly is what will determine the fate of the company in this time. You know why? Because while everybody is sleeping, there are a few players who are running, and those few players, if you are not one of those few players, you are going to lose your market to them because they are faster than you. So your ability to really take quick decisions and move on is going to help you. Now you may be wondering, Hardik, I cannot decide because the decision is between one good and another good, or one bad and another bad. Where you got to make a choice. If not now, maybe later, but you got to make a choice. So make a choice and then face what comes next. Prepare for the next problem. Getting stuck and staying there is not going to help for sure. The 5th point is stress. How you, your employees, your banker, your financer is going to manage the stress is what will determine how well your company does. Because when you are in stress, your mind is capable of creating negative stories. When you are not in stress, you are able to spot opportunities. Remember this, my friend, whenever there are trying times, there are opportunities hidden there. And a good entrepreneur is always the one who is able to spot those opportunities when nobody else could. But opportunity spotting in scenarios like this can only happen when you keep your mind calm. We have a WhatsApp group created that can help you keep your mind calm. It's called the champions routine that we follow. There's nothing else, no spamming on that group. I will paste the link of champions routine also in the description box. Have a look at that video and invite yourself if you feel this is what you need to keep calm so that you can take sane decisions. Hope all of these 5 points are kind of makes a checklist for you so that you can take that and evaluate your business on these 5 points. If you think there is a 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th point that you can contribute, then please do mention it in the comment box. There are a lot of people who are going to see this video, and your insights and your wisdom can be of use to some of your colleagues out there. Remember, as a business owner, we all work in an ecosystem. Let's not think about just me, let's think about all of them. And if you go with that thought and you like this video, then of course hit a big fat thumbs up. If you've not subscribed to this channel as yet, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel, because videos like this is going to be very frequent and you don't want to miss out on this. If you like this video, which I'm assuming you did, because otherwise you wouldn't be on this video up till now, then click on the share button and spread the message. It is free. Not every good thing comes free, but this is. So until we meet next time, keep learning, keep implementing, use the checklist and keep progressing.